Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the stupidest, most confusing, most overpriced, most absurd Beethoven box you will ever encounter. I mean, we're talking moronic, unbelievable. It's this one. The inanity begins with the title. Note the title. The new Complete Essential Edition. Well, if it's complete, then it's not essential. And if it's essential, then it's not going to be complete. Right? At least that's what those words basically meant the last time I checked. But the point is that this thing is the little cousin, the baby of, wait a minute here, hold it, let me get myself going here without killing myself. All right, there we go. Remember this? This was for the Beethoven year, which was last year, the Universal New Complete Beethoven Edition, which had it was called Beethoven 2020. And it has billions and billions, 118 CDs, and 3 Blu-rays, but lots of other tchotchkes attached to it. Only 118 CDs, 175 hours of music. Okay, so it had 118 CDs. Oh, my God. This one has only 95 CDs, as if it makes a big difference. But here's the point. This sucker sells for about almost, I think, more or less what this one sold for. I mean, it sells for somewhere around $200. Amazon had it for $178. Presto had it for $230 US, not counting shipping, it's double what the Naxos Beethoven Edition sold for, or the Warner Beethoven Edition. And here's the demented part. It's not even complete. The most complete Beethoven edition is the Naxos Edition. Hands down, that's got the most stuff. If you're looking for a complete Beethoven edition that is really as complete as we're likely to ever find, you have to get the Naxos edition because it has the most stuff in it on 90 CDs. But then this is 95. Why is that? We're going to find out in a minute. The excitement is only just beginning. I want to sort of go through the PR BS on the back of this, just so you see how inane this thing is. Then we'll go into it in a little more detail. Okay, first, it says, to mark the 250th anniversary of Beethoven's birth, Deutsche Grammophon created the most comprehensive and complete set of his works ever issued. Well, that's a lie. Straight off, as I said, it is not as complete as the Naxos edition, and the best curated of all of them was the Warner edition. This one was interesting because, that one over there, the big one, because of its duplication, because you got tons of everything. And you would think that when they released this, they would only put in the essential stuff, right? No. Let's continue. This Essential Edition features Beethoven's entire oeuvre. They're doing it again. I mean, words mean nothing to these people. Nothing. In legendary interpretations from DG's unrivaled Beethoven catalog and stuff that they've licensed from every other label they could get their hands on from people who were not in DG's unrivaled catalog. It's another issue, isn't it? With an array of treasures from Decca and many other labels. See what I mean? I mean, it's doublespeak. It's Orwellian. I mean, they say things in the same sentence that just contradict each other. And okay. Anyway, this has over 115 hours of music, featuring recordings by many of the greatest Beethoven performers, including, wait a minute, here we go. Let's see how essential this is. You remember the big box, it had 3 Beethoven cycles. You had the Gardner, and then there were 2 others. Then there were miscellaneous, historical performances of the same stuff. You got 3, 4, 5 versions of the same thing. So here we have essentials. The essentials include multiple performances of the Symphonies, 2 complete cycles, the piano concertos, and important piano sonatas and string quartets. Only the important ones, because only the important ones are essential. But you get duplicates. And then more than 2 hours of rare repertoire, which we don't care about. And then 95 CDs in. Now, here is the catch. This is where things get really bizarre. Listen to this carefully. I'm going to read it slowly for you. 95 CDs in track-listed sleeves, color-coded for easy navigation, and a booklet supplement with expanded track lists for the detailed CD programs. What does that mean? You aren't going to believe what that means. But let's start with the beginning here. First of all, let's open it up. It's one of these, kill yourself, drop it off, and have it fall on your toe. Unless one of you suggested that we store it upside down. There we go. We do it this way. Then when you take it down from your shelf, it may not open and fall and break your toe. But for our purposes, we need to keep it right side up. So let's take this out. But I'm keeping this here. Let's look at how it's packaged first of all. Note the corrugated cardboard because it doesn't fit. I mean, the number of CDs, the 95 CDs are in flimsy little paper sleeves, and the box is bigger. Tells us what did they do? They did it on the cheap. They took the same size box they had for something else, and they wrapped it in different color of something, and they stuffed 95 CDs into it. Not terribly well. So you get this beautiful corrugated cardboard filler end thing. But wait. Remember this part where it says color coded for easy navigation. Is it? Does that look like it's easy to navigate? Is it even color-coded? There are colors there, but what does that have to do with anything? Why? Because what did they do? They stuck these suckers in here. Let me see if I can get one out. With the opening on the top, like this. So even if they color-coded it, which they seem to have, in the back or somehow, or on the side, the thin side, you can't see the color. So it's not going to be terribly easy to navigate, is it? Then, wait a minute. Now I got to figure out where this came from and see if I can put it back in correct sequence because you can't see anything. No, if you miss one, you're going to get all out of order, and that's going to be a terrible mess. Now, let us look at the booklet. Now, the booklet, there are no notes here, no notes. There aren't any notes. The booklet consists of one thing only. I just love this. The new Complete Essential Edition. Oh, my God. Okay. The booklet contains expanded track lists. Now, how to even begin what that means? You open the booklet, and you get this thing here that says expanded track list. The track list for any CD not listed here is provided in full on the back of the CD wallet. Now, the sleeve thing is what they call the wallet. First, you have to figure that out. I would never call that a wallet. It's a sleeve, right? Slipcase, right? Here it is. So, see, there's an expanded track list. It's on the back of the CD. But if it isn't, and some of them aren't, then it's in the booklet. But you don't know which or which. You don't know. So the booklet begins with CD 19, music for the stage. The first 19 CDs apparently do not require expanded track lists in the booklet. So now we have to take out the first 19 CDs, which I'm going to do. Here they are. CDs 1 through 19, 9 through 18, pardon me. 1 through 18. Oh, here they are. 1 through 18. And let's see what they are. Well, it's symphonies and overtures. So what do we get in the symphonies? Because there's 2 complete symphony cycles. Got to get comfortable here. I mean, we really need to like settle into this because it's just incredible. Okay, let's start with number one. Okay, Symphonies 1 and 2 are with the Gewandhaus and Chailly. I'm not going to talk about the overtures. They're salted in here amongst the other ones. Symphonies 3 and 4 are Berlin and Abato. 5 and 6 are Berlin and Abato. No, 5 is Los Angeles and Giulini, pardon me. And 6 is Berlin and Abato. 7 is the Vienna Philharmonic with Andris Nelsons. Ugh. And 8 is the Gewandhaus and Chailly. Wellington's Victory is Karajan. And the 9th is, of course, Karajan and the Berlin Phil, which is just stupid. I mean, if they're going to limit it, They should have done Fritzscheu. They should have done Bohm. They should have done anything else. Okay, so that's one Beethoven cycle made up of various people in your first 5 CDs. Next, we get what they call the Vienna cycle. So it's Beethoven all featuring the Vienna Philharmonic. I don't understand why that's essential. I truly don't. The Vienna Philharmonic has no special claim to performances of Beethoven symphonies. The orchestra that we talked about, that was founded to perform Beethoven symphonies, and that has the real claim is the Paris Conservatory Orchestra, which predates the Vienna Philharmonic by a couple of decades in terms of historical performance. And, but of course the DG doesn't have them. They're on Warner. That's the Schurich cycle. Anyway, okay, so the Vienna cycle is 1 and 2 with Bernstein and the Egmont music with Zell. And then 3 and 4 is with Hans Schmidt Isserstedt, which is nice to have some of that. 5 and 7 is Carlos Kleiber, which of course is you might expect. 6 and 8, 6 is Karl Böhm. 8 is Andris Nelsons, who you may recall, his 7th is in the first Beethoven cycle, which is theoretically the not Vienna cycle for some reason. I mean, whatever that meant. But they've already used Vienna. And then we get the 9th, Bernstein. Okay, so that's cycle number 2. Then, and that takes us up to CD 10. So we've got 8 to go. So then we have piano concertos. We get number 1 and 2 with Martha Argerich. And the number 1 is the one with the new one with Seiji Ozawa and the Mito Chamber Orchestra. And then 3 and 4 are Alfred Brendel with Simon Rattle. And 5 is, let me see, is Christian Zimmermann and Bernstein. And the violin concerto is Vadim Repin with Riccardo Muti. And then the violin concerto again is Anne-Sophie Mutter with Herbert von Karajan. And then we get piano concerto number 1 with Rudolf Buchbinder and Christian Thielemann. Piano concerto number 2, Friedrich Gulda and Horst Stein. Number 3, Maurizio Pollini and Claudio Abbado. Number 4 with Pollini and Karl Bohm. And number 5, again, with Wilhelm Kempf. And then, of course, the Barenboim piano version of the violin concerto. And then we have the triple concerto, which is with the Chung family. You get the violin, it's the Chung family with lots of Chungs. And then and they also throw in the Mozart piano concerto number 20 with Claudio Abbado and Rudolf Serkin, which was Serkin at the end of his career. It's not great because the cadenzas were by Beethoven. So that's the first 18 CDs. And then we get to the booklet because CD 19, as you can see here, just says Ritter Ballet and the Creatures of Prometheus, but there's no track listing. So we have to go to this to find out what's on there. And so we get the Ritter Ballet and Prometheus, and for some reason, all of Beethoven's dance music, the minuets and contradances and the Ländlers and all of that stuff, that for some reason qualifies as theater music. Could have fooled me. If you're looking for his dance music or those pieces, who's going to look into theater music? And also, you get that Karajan disc. No, it's Hans Priam Bergrath with the Winds of the Berlin Philharmonic and the Netherlands Wind Ensemble doing wind music and marches. And that's not theater music. And so, okay, so that's that you see where this is going? Do you see how completely ridiculous this is? How confusing? Okay, so we have the theater music. So it goes from CD 19, then we get, let's see, 22, 23 and 24, which is 23 and 24, I think is Leonora, isn't it? Yes, that's the Gardner Leonora. And you get Fidelio, which is Abatos, I believe. Yes, the Abato Fidelio. And then let's see, what else have we got here? Keyboard music. Okay, so what's happened is you've gone from CD 26 to CD 39 in the booklet. And at that point, you're at keyboard music. So we're at keyboard music now on CD 39. Everything else in the middle, they've just skipped in the booklet, and you've got to go back into this thing here, to figure out what is next. And it's cleverly color-coded whatever for convenient browsing. Wait a minute, I'm putting this stuff back. I didn't want to say stuff. Okay, so that goes back. Now, we're at CD, where are we here? CD 39, after skipping a whole pile of them. Now, that's keyboard music. You get 2 Diabelli variations, like you need to have 2 of them. And they're not even the best ones. It's essential. What are the best ones? Well, yes, they give you Kovacevic, but then they give you, I think, Brendel here. And who wants to hear Brendel do this when you can have Claudio Arrau? I mean, let me see what they did here. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see, 39, 40, 41, 42, 42. It's all the variations and strange little keyboard tchotchkes. And we get the Eroica variations with Emile Gilels. I mean, that's nice. And up here we go. Here's 1 Diabelli variations, and that's Stephen Kovacevic. And then we get, oh, yes, and Alfred Brendel, but no Claudio Arrau. That doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. So we get CD 46, and then we wind up at CD 51. So CD 51 is cello chamber music with cello and piano. So we've skipped ahead again. And you've got to go find, if you look in this thing, wait a minute, let's see CD 51. Here it is. You see, CD 51 is, oh goodness, I'm dropping it, which really I deserves to be dropped. See, you don't get the track listings. But, I mean, you could certainly fit the track listings for the cello sonatas here. The variations are tracked individually, so that's maybe why you can't. I don't know. So anyway, that's what they're doing. But you may have noticed that in the keyboard music, there is no mention of the piano sonatas. None. No mention of them in the booklet at all, because the piano sonatas are done separately. On the track listings are here. They're on the actual. I think these are piano sonatas. No, those are variations. I don't even know where the piano sonatas are, because they don't tell you. Oh, here are some. CD 30. See, you can see the track listing of the piano sonatas. The piano sonatas are individually selected, all from different people. And then they redo half of the piano sonatas because they give you a separate thing of all the piano sonatas that have names. And so the name sonatas get repeated, also with a completely random selection of people doing them. And then they do the same thing basically with the string quartets, which are also not mentioned here anywhere. Now, if you think I am going to go through this thing one disc at a time, trying to figure out what is where and what you get or don't get in this incomplete, stupid little booklet that skips around at random. I mean, it goes from, wait a minute, where's the really kooky part here? We have like CD 70, okay, I'm in the 70s, 74, 46, 51, chamber music 52, 53, 54, 59, 72. See? They're on opposite pages. You've got CD 59 here and CD 72 here. And everything between them is tracked on the individual CD, but they don't tell you what those things are. So you have no possible idea. It's just impossible. I, who's going to want to do this? First of all, who wants to pay double what it costs to get the Naxos box? I think this big clunker over here is already out of print. So this is what's left. I am totally aghast that anything this moronic could be emitted. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me. Just when you think you've reached the apotheosis of inanity, they do themselves one better. And I don't know what else to tell you, folks. I mean, you have to be absolutely on drugs to even consider this. And besides, they missed the boat. This is obviously designed, first of all, like I said, as cheaply as possible, but to look like the Naxos and Warner boxes. The Naxos box is still available. I don't think the Warner box is. I don't think their big box is. So this is what's left. And they're trying to promote it. I mean, well, you see the new Essential Complete. Gosh. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. No sane human being who cares about Beethoven will invest 10 cents in this. So I'm telling you, this is the stupidest, most confusing, most pointless, most overpriced Beethoven box that I have ever seen in my entire life. I hope never to see another. I truly hope never to see another. Although it would not surprise me if we did, because that's just the way things go. It's not complete. It's not anything. It's a mess. It's just a complete disorganized mess that shows nothing but the only thing they worked hard at was doing it as cheaply and as inconveniently as they possibly could. And at that, they have succeeded admirably. No question about it. So keep on listening, folks. There's all tons of Beethoven out there. You don't need this one. You don't need it. Nobody needs it. Take care.